We start the day in West Quincy, Missouri, where we see the BNSF local pulling out of the yard northbound with a pair of Dash 9s on the head end. These Dash 9s wear the paint scheme of BNSF's predecessor, the Santa Fe Railroad, in their war bonnet scheme. What makes this an interesting catch, especially in 2024, is that most of these war bonnets, if they haven't been repainted, have been assigned to RCO service, remote control operations, only in yards. This local originates in West Quincy, Missouri shortly after noon, making its way up to Weaver, Iowa, and then making a return trip south in the evenings. I had done very little research into this local beforehand, going off of what friends had told me, so I was not prepared for the amount of dirt roads and how fast this train would be going on its run, which made for an interesting development throughout the chase. With my other two friends off exploring different parts of Illinois for the time being, I was left alone on my chase on a northbound run, which led me relying on Google Maps and pure guessing to get ahead of the train, which I didn't think I had accomplished coming up to this next spot. But I decided to wait it out in Kent, Missouri, across the Mississippi River from the westernmost point in Illinois. And as I waited at the S-curve, I heard the K3LA of the BNSF leader coming around the bend. After leaving Kenton, I'd hop on historic Route 61 called the Avenue of the Saints, which got its name from connecting St. Paul, Minnesota, all the way down 563 miles to St. Louis, Missouri. It followed the tracks for a decent ways, which made for some good pacing action. After grabbing a really quick field shot, I ended up behind the locomotives on yet another dirt road, which means I had my work cut out for me if I wanted to catch up to the head end, which I did, and resulted in probably some of my favorite footage of the year. From here on, they would stay ahead of me until the town of Keokuk, Iowa, where they would stop and work a yard, which allowed me to catch up. They dropped a significant cut of their train in the Keokuk yard, and after that, I blew my next shot opportunity and wasn't able to catch up to them again until Fort Madison. After snagging the local in Fort Madison, they would go north and I would stop for food and gas. After getting what I needed, I made my way over to the Fort Madison yard, where BNSF was getting really active. Despite there not being an intermodal yard in Fort Madison, BNSF intermodal trains seemed to work the yard there, presumably block swapping, dropping blocks for other trains to pick up en route to different destinations. This was a pretty good sized mixed freight train with nearly 150 cars, and it took 10 minutes to pass the camera in real time. But speeding up this video, it only takes a minute and 12 seconds, which is a whole lot better. And y'all are lucky because y'all don't have to experience the bugs that I did filming this. Now on the western side of Fort Madison, we see the local making their way back south with a significantly smaller train than they went north with. And as the sun is getting lower, we're now in Montrose, Missouri. And as we look over 1.5 miles away across the Mississippi River, we can see the local coming south along the bank. Once again thankful for the Keokuk speed limits, this train now comes south across the Des Moines River, which I would actually end up on the following day shooting yet another really good train. But for now, we'll watch this train make its way south, headed back towards West Quincy, Missouri. And after an abundance of more pacing action, we ended up at LaGrange, Missouri, the final shot we would get before heading back to West Quincy, Missouri's yard. I cooked! After letting my friends know that I had gotten some of my favorite shots of the trip, we ended up at West Quincy where we see the train one last time before they put it into the yard. That's all for this one. Thanks for tuning in, and be sure to stay on the lookout for more videos from the trip coming soon.